We can't be friends if you play video games. The year was 2020, COVID lockdown, my final year of high school. Our classes have all become online. Schools are locked down, masks are being worn, and isolation is higher than it's ever been. But for me personally, my video game addiction became chronic. School days here in Australia would always start around 9 a.m. I would go to bed at, I'd like to say 4 a.m. every single, not even weekend, but school night. Because I was up on this chair, looking at my TV on the other side of the room that I once had, staring at blue light, playing NBA 2K, FIFA, Fortnite was really popular back then. All of those like competitive games I would play that late, not thinking twice about how much this is going to negatively impact my sleep, my recovery, heck, my mental health. I would claim that, oh, Adrian, it's okay. You're having fun. You're socializing with your friends. You're problem solving. That problem solving's really, really, really good for your brain, Adrian. So keep playing. You've earned it. You had a hard day of online school, which you missed the first class because you slept in. The second period, second class, I would grab my laptop, but I would still be in bed and I was half asleep. Third class, after recess, our mini snack break, pardon me, I would already turn my console on. I have my laptop next to me and I'm already playing 2K again. Lunchtime, I wouldn't do any sort of physical activity. I'd go to the park, the neighborhood, and play virtual basketball. Period 4 was a write-off. That was my average day in my final year of school. Arguably the most important year if you really care that much about like going to uni and all that stuff, which I once did. That was my day. Now, you hear so many other people saying, oh, lockdown was the best period of my life because it gave me free time and it gave me time to work on a business, improve my body, improve my education by reading as many books as possible during the 2-year lockdown. I can sit here and argue that, okay, I was 18 years old, I didn't know any better. But in reality, younger Adrian, if you're watching this, deep down, you knew that every single time you click that on button on the console, although you could kind of feel the fun that was about to arrive, you knew you were escaping. Because at this point in time, I wasn't getting any attraction from girls. I had low confidence. I was already like kind of 2 years in my gym training journey, but I was starting to get very upset at the rate in which I was making progress. So then I started to project and say, muscle's not that important. I don't care that much about training anymore. Like, what's the point of that is what I would say to my closest friend Alex at the time. While he was just smashing it during lockdown. He was having sessions in his garage, which I myself had my dad's garage to train in. I'll put a picture on the screen and some clips on the rare occurrence where I did train. I remember saying to him, muscle ain't... Oh my God. Bless me. It's going to come again. It's springtime here in Melbourne. This hay fever is obliterating me. So bad. And now my eyes twitching. I remember saying to my friend Alex that, bro, we've been training for like 2 years now, and I still can't talk to girls. So I'm just going to stop trying and play more video games. And even worse, I wouldn't just play video games. I was a sweat. If you're kind of unfamiliar what the word sweat means, it refers to the type of guys who are at a pretty high level or whatever video game they're playing and take it really, really, really seriously. And if something doesn't go their way, they get angry, they get emotional. Basically, the video game is their life and they make it their whole identity. And if they lose in life. But if they win, they're magically winning in life. I was a sweat, and this is a story I've never told before, but I was so much of a sweat that I would even make money from playing NBA 2K because I would do these like tournaments and stuff like that. I would stay up till 4, 5 a.m. because these tournaments would start like American time and I'm in Melbourne. And I remember being in like Discord chats, arguing with people in there when a result didn't go my way. That was me. A story I've never told. I think I made over like, if I was to say the number of how much money I probably made, Probably over 2K playing 2K. Probably 2K playing 2K. And you're probably thinking, Adrian, well done. You made money. Why would you stop? It was not fulfilling at all. This is going to target that next excuse, that unlimited belief that you're probably having right now. It's like, oh, Adrian, I want to be an esports gamer. That's why I play video games. I know I'm going to be the best. First off, bro, to be the best at anything requires an insane work ethic, which is probably still something you don't have. Secondly, do you really want to, or are you just saying that as a cover-up? Because if you did want that, you'd be training to be the best every single day, every hours, and you want to be wasting time playing with your friends. You do the boring stuff. That's actually how you be the best at something. You have to be consistent and have lots of repetition alone. Let alone, like, come on, bro. You can literally, like, be the best at anything. Why be the best at something that's classified as, like, nerdy? Play a sport, physical activity. Get out there, go outside, get the sun, absorb vitamin D, do an intense run with your closest friends, and grow together. Have that sort of connection and brotherhood that you don't really get in the virtual world. Think of it like this. The better I became at video games, the more lonely I started to feel. Because I was, like, emotional. Would have this, like, power struggle against my friends. Basically, I was the type of guy, if I wanted to be the best at video games, and I looked at everyone as enemies. And if they were better than me, I wouldn't even call them my friend. I was a bad friend myself. Whereas now, me and my closest friend Terry, we're all about this. Okay, let's keep pushing. I respect that. I admire that. That motivates me. Let's keep pushing to become... We don't get envious. We don't get emotional. We don't become sweats. Video games became so bad for me at the fact that when my sleep got this bad, like I said at the start of this video, some nights literally doing all-nighters to, like, finish this 8-hour-long tournament. It got so bad that, like I just said, I could not even focus in any of my classes, and I got my final result for my all of high school journey, whatever you want to call it, average. Split middle average. And this started to cave in me that I got this identity of, oh, you know what, Adrian? Maybe you're not as smart as you think you are. So these are the cards I've been dealt with. I'm not going to start a business because only smart people can do businesses. I'm not going to take gym seriously because I just can't stay consistent with anything. I'm not going to read a book because I couldn't read the books in high school. I would slowly build my own biggest prison with the limiting beliefs. Just because I knew what I had to do. I knew I was capable of anything, just how I had those thoughts in the video games I was playing. But when it came to real life, I would hide. I would say, oh, no, I can't really progress in real life. I can't make that happen. I was so stubborn, and those are the beliefs and thoughts I would have in my mind until I found self-improvement. I was already going to the gym for 2 years, but I wasn't taking it hardcore. I wasn't counting my calories, tracking my weights, prioritizing my recovery and stretching at the end of every workout and doing a proper split instead of just overtraining 4 sets of 12 on everything and just hurting my shoulder, hurting my knee, hurting my lower back. I said to myself that, okay, right now, I am a skinny fat video gamer who gets no attraction and no respect. This is a problem that needs to be solved. What did I do? I started watching more videos like this. I started to drop my ego and think, this person clearly has a better life than me. He's proven it with all of these videos, all of his stories, all of his... I'm going to start to take action on what he says. And if it doesn't work, okay, cool. My life will be the same. But what do I have to lose? That's exactly what I did when I started watching influencers like this. I would see some guy, I'm like, how the hell do you get that jacked? What, naturally? It's possible. How the hell is he that charismatic? You can speak like that and you were once that? Oh, shit. So growth actually is possible. Just like how a tree starts as a little seed and just grows. I can do that? All I needed was this validation that, yeah, anything's possible. That I once had in video games. When I was the worst at the video game, I would still believe anything's possible to become the best. The only problem is, I wasn't really building any actual skills. The skill of being a YouTuber I once thought was impossible And I'm never going to have the balls, the confidence to speak it behind a camera, let alone share my stories. That is mission impossible. And that is something I'm never going to be able to do until I found self-improvement and had this new mindset and awareness that if we can become 1% better every single day, physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, spiritually, every area, 1%, the rest will sort out. If we can slowly reduce the bad habits and slowly implement more of the good habits, our life on a year-to-year basis will be in an upwards trajectory. And there is no one to blame but ourselves. That split second, we start to take full accountability for all of our actions. If we know playing 2 hours of video games is a waste of time, cool, great, let's cut that out. When I slowly started becoming more aware of my video game addiction and the fact that I was playing for 8 hours a day, I said to myself that, okay, we play 8 hours. That is a huge chunk of our time. That is a third of a day, basically half the day, because you sleep for 8 hours. 8, 16, 24. Basically, 50% on my day would be twiddling my thumbs. Let's cut that in half. And let's make it 25% of my day. Set myself a goal, a new boundary for myself, that right now we need to go from 8 to 4, no matter what. And if I don't, I am a bitch. So I did that. Although I was kind of anxious, although I was kind of worried, like, oh, now my friends are going to think of me differently. Now I'm not going to play as much. What am I going to do in that free 4 hours now? I actually started to enjoy it just because I set myself a challenge. And okay, we all like to compare ourselves, but part of me felt good. My friends were still playing for 8 hours, my friends at the time, and I was playing for 4. And I'm the only person who could have made that decision. My friends weren't going to say, Adrian, video games are bad, you need to go from 8 to 4. Obviously, they're all hooked as much as I was. So I had to set this boundary for myself, and I ticked it. And although I was kind of bored, although I would see the group chats, all my friends are talking about the game they're playing and how much fun they're having, I didn't instantly make perfect use of this new free time I had, but it allowed me to watch more educational content like this. It allowed me to focus more on my diet and prep my meals. It allowed me to slowly but surely start improving my sleep. And over time, it all started to compound. I went 4 hours to 2. I went 2 hours to 1. 1 hour to 0, but then I would still relapse in the rare occurrence whenever my friends would text me, get on. But then I remember brutally, 2023, there was this 6-month block over summer and a bit of spring around this time. 2 years ago, actually. Wow, crazy. Where I was still playing it once, maybe a month, but then I went 5 months consistently without touching it. But it was still sitting in the corner of my room. And I bring this fact up to my brother because my brother was 3 years younger than me and he also wasn't touching it as well. And I was telling him, saying how, wouldn't it be valuable and a good chess move if we decide to sell it? The PlayStation 5 was worth around $500, $550 around this point in time. And I actually had a close friend who would more than want to buy it. So I brainstormed and I thought, I've already kind of beat this addiction, but wouldn't I fully beat the addiction if this object is no longer in my environment? So I'm yeah, bro, here, take it. I don't want it. Take it. Here, bro, it's all yours. Heck, I'd give it to you for free, but the money, thank you so much. Take it. Sold it. And I haven't thought about video games ever again. The same second I sold it, the amount of brain points I started to get, the amount of more focus I put into my physique, the amount of more ambition and motivation I had to now start in some sort of business, and the more effort I put into, my dating life. Because why go on dates if I have a video game console and can just play with my friends all night and just cope and say all girls are shit? I stopped saying that. I put my ego aside and said, fuck it. My dating life sucks. Let's try and fix this without being a little bit of a pussy. And that's what I did. I think a large part of self-improvement and trying to stop and beat these certain addictions that you probably have right now is not only setting a goal, but being as aware of this goal in as many hours of the day. As many hours of the day. Because what's setting a goal and then not being aware of it the next day when you wake up and you just forget about it and you fall back into your same bad habits? Goal setting is something that, yeah, we kind of get learnt about in school, but no one really takes it seriously. Realize that as men, we are goal-achieving beings. We need direction, we need guidance, and we go through life like this. If we have that, like, clarity and we know what we have to do and we do it anyway. Right now, if you're the type of guy who's struggling with clarity, direction, guidance, whatever, and how to become more masculine, how to stop being feminine, how to beat bad habits, I highly recommend you check out my private school community, the Petis Syndicate, which will be the first link in the description. We have a discussion thread where you can ask a question, or maybe need accountability, or maybe need advice, whatever, about any area of self-improvement at any time of the day. And you can get my reply just like that, or anyone else's reply who's in the community. We have pre-recorded courses that I've spent hours on of organized information in modules, how to build the Greek God physique, how to master your dating life, how to become more disciplined. You even have 2 live calls a week with me personally. Imagine how much you would grow and how much more direction you'd have right now compared to your younger self who, knows what he has to do, but just makes excuses and build himself his own prison. Believe it or not, bro, I once couldn't even spit out a sentence fluently. I would stutter, I would mumble, I wouldn't really have a deep voice. I would end all of my sentences on a high pitch, which shows you're just weak. Weak! See what I mean? I end most of my sentences now going down. As a guy, this trait is something that just happens over time, and the more of a man of your word you can become, it means you're more stoic. It means you've been through more shit. It means you're higher value. I wish there was a video of me playing video games with my headset on. I was wearing my glasses. I'd have my top off because it would be so hot in this room during summertime. Be 35 degrees and the aircon wouldn't even work really well. So I'd be in here, basically naked, shirtless, glasses on, playing video games while it's 30 degrees outside. I hated it. Self-improvement changed my life. And not even just the physical aspect of it, but the social aspect. Cutting off people who I didn't really relate to as much as I wanted to, and going through that lonely phase of becoming higher value myself to then attract higher value people and honestly get more respect from guys. It is literally a human desire to earn respect. And it's funny that people will call us insecure, oh, you care about guys' respect more than me, you're insecure, all of this stuff. But it's literally a human desire to help. And that when you're not helping anyone, it could be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be a random guy on the street. If you go through a whole year without helping anyone, you know you haven't left any sort of positive impact on this planet. That's why I've started this movement of trying to help as many young men to not fall into the same mistakes that I fell into. And the video games was one of the biggest obstacles. And the funny part is that video games mimics real life so well. As a guy, we all want to become higher status. How do we do that in the virtual world? Okay, we become the best at whatever game we're playing. Because that makes other men respect us, and it wants them to be more on our team. Our Fortnite squad, our 2K team, our FIFA club, all of that stuff. It's the same feeling. Video games give you that connection of brotherhood. Although you're not solving any problems that are really worthwhile, and the problems you're solving are just about the video game, you feel like you're in a tribe. Because is that tribe, when shit hits the fan, are those the type of guys who are going to stick up for you in real life? Or is it just a tribe of comfort? Wow, that's even shocked me saying that. It's genuinely a tribe of comfort and not brotherhood. Because you all know, if there was a better life outside of this virtual world, but only one of you could take it, that brotherhood will soon start to turn into an argument. Realize the best friends, the most masculine guys, are the guys who challenge you the most and criticize you just because they want to bring out the best you. In your video game squad, are you really criticizing anyone at all? Or is it all just comfort? And if maybe you have you've been okay, Adrian said to criticize my friends in the video games just because it brings out the best of them, and it kind of shows me how they react and what type of friend they really are. So I'm actually going to do that next time. Okay, boys, in the party, BB. Boys, I don't think we should play video games. Shut up, Age! Key lesson of human behavior. If you want to figure out someone sooner rather than later, try criticize them and see how they react. A man's ability to take criticism shows how strong he truly is. If right now I say you're a bit of a pussy because you play video games and you can't take that and you're getting all defensive, you're going to my comment section, you're writing a full essay of, no, video games are good, they help me achieve this, I still have a girlfriend and I play video games, I have this and this and this, Adrian, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're... You can't take the brutal truth. Just the fact that you reacted like that kind of shows I'm right. If I was wrong, you wouldn't react like very intensely and felt like personally attacked. The man remains calm and stoic. Do you think any of my friends now play video games? Only if you're in like a social party with it's all of you in real life and you're socializing and maybe you just play a game together. It's like playing a board game together. That is the only peaceful time. That kind of makes sense because you're already being social, you're with each other in person. It's like playing a board game in that aspect. And it's not your console. And you're not going to be playing it for hours after everyone's left. That is the littlest bit of okay. But if you're going out of your way, in your room, alone, playing on this party, when you could be working on something that is a lot greater than yourself, you are wasting time. You are wasting so much time. Even if you're the type of guy who's like, oh no, Adrian, it's not a waste of time because I'm the best at it and I buy these in-app purchases and spend more money and I have to buy this membership and I'm gonna do... You're wasting time, money, focus, brain points in your own masculinity. Do something which challenges you. The only reason why you're so addicted to video games is because it doesn't really challenge you that much. You play it to avoid real pain, full well knowing that the only reason why you don't do this hard run, the only reason why you don't do this hard gym workout is because you classify that as harder, so you pick the easier option without realizing that the masculine thrives the most during pain. And real connection. You know how fun it is when I do these like interval sprints with my close friend? We're on that like 5th set of 200-meter intervals and it's just like this. Primal. Competition. Absolutely primal. And we are absolutely so sore. Our quads are destroyed, our hammies are fried, our calves are shot. And as soon as it's done, we're almost like let down, like, oh fuck, that was so fun. When's the next time? Oh, we got to do it in a week from now? That's so far away. We get upset that we can't put ourselves in pain from once being the people who were to avoid pain. That's the lifestyle switch and mindset switch. I hope I've kind of flipped into you and motivated you by watching this video. I know I've tried to speak in a more calm tone, assertive, direct way. And if that's helped you reach this goal faster, I'm grateful for that. Who knows, maybe if I didn't play video games every single night and every morning and every waking hour during my online classes, maybe I wouldn't be here. And I'd be working a 9 to 5 instead. But maybe I was meant to play video games and everything in life happens for a reason because it made me so dissatisfied and that ultimately made me want to give life the most. If you play video games right now, we can't be friends. This is why I want to leave you with an actual step to finish this video. And that's that. I actually want you to get a piece of paper. Your goal is to write down how many hours a day you play video games for. Probably already kind of know. If it's 6 hours, okay, cool. Grab a pen. And write 6. Your goal for tomorrow is to do whatever it takes to get under that number. It can be 5 hours and 59 minutes because that's still progress and now you're still a better version of yourself. And if you hit 5 hours and 59 minutes, okay, cool. You write that new number down and the next day you try to beat that. You want to be going in a downwards trajectory of beating this bad habit. And by following this way and approach, it will make withdrawal symptoms really low because you're still getting the same experience, just with like the slightest bit less of dopamine. You still have your fun or whatever you call it. And sooner rather than later, that number is going to go lower faster. It's going to be like, oh my God, Why am I just setting little bits of progress? Let's go from 5.5 hours to 3 hours. This is fun now. I'm actually setting myself some guidelines in my life. It's making me feel like I've got some control over my actions. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing this. Who knows, bro? You might even reach a point in time where you sell your video game console as well. It's crazy because younger Adrian would never think he'd be the guy to sell it. I remember when the PS5 came out in 2020, it was during exam period, around like December, end of the year. I full pre-ordered it. I full had to bus up to JB Hi-Fi and awkwardly go grab this big box and go back in the bus, all excited, thinking, oh, my life is now complete. I have my video game console. I'm so happy. I don't think twice about these games now. Stop being a boy. Be a man. Have direction. Have guidance. Make the switch. And that same split second you do decide to make the switch, your life will go up. Stop playing video games. If this video has motivated or educated you, once you trust me enough through watching my self-improvement content, I highly recommend you check out the first link in the description, which is my private school community named the Petis Syndicate. We have a discussion thread. We have pre-recorded courses, 2 live calls a week with me personally, talking about something I've learned throughout the week, and also a Q&A session. The second link will be a link of all of the books that helped me become more of a masculine man. Highly recommend checking that out if you're slowly starting again to reading. And you basically need a new habit now because you've stopped playing video games and you want to start reading more. Those are my top 10 books. Highly recommend checking it out. It will just fasten your overall growth. Other than that, bro, make sure to click the subscribe button and also a little bell icon. Kind of like remind you when I do upload these types of videos so you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible. I'm going to go to the gym now. It's back and biceps pull day. Wish me luck, bro. And I hope you smash the rest of your week. Stop being a bitch and stop playing video games. Peace.